I'm AJ.
I'm Satin.
And welcome to Rooted in Real, where genuine conversation meets grounded perspective. Welcome, y'all. This is episode 20 of the Rooted in Real with AJ and Satin podcast.
Thank you guys for joining us again.
Yes. Okay, we're always happy to see y'all, seeing us, seeing y'all.
Seeing y'all. That's right. That's right.
Yes.
So our topic today is...
It's about family structures. Yes. Different types of family structures.
Yes.
Again, y'all going to be able to tell when it's a topic that I want to talk about versus something that Satin want to talk about. She all into psychology. She should have been a psychiatrist, a sociologist, a psychologist or something. But here we are.
That's where I was going to be. But, I felt like I might not have been mentally stable enough to do it. But I think you probably need to be a little bit off.
I think you got to be a little bit.
A little bit off.
I mean, even the therapists have a therapist.
No, actually, the reason why I decided not to is because it does take a lot out of you. And I just didn't have the emotional bandwidth. Yeah, I didn't have the emotional bandwidth.
You're already doing enough prophesying to people and stuff. That takes a lot of bandwidth.
Look, don't nobody want to be no prophet. I don't care what nobody say.
It's too late.
I don't care what nobody say.
You ain't asked, but God said, here you go.
So anyway, family structures.
Family structures. So there's 10 types.
Yes, there are 10 types.
But commonly, 6 of them are what psychologists and different articles talk about. So we're going to talk about the main 6.
Okay. So the top 6 are nuclear family, single parent, extended family, childless family, step family, and grandparent family.
Okay.
And these seem self-explanatory, but just for those that may not know, we'll go over a little bit of them. So the first one, nuclear family.
Nuclear family.
Yes.
What that mean?
A nuclear family? Let me tell you something. You hear that a lot because it's like a buzzword.
It is. Your nuclear family, but it's the family, the smaller family, the family in the middle. Well, before you branch out to the rest of them.
Right, but also it's such a buzzword because they say the mom and the dad and...
kids.
2.5 kids, or what is it?
Yeah,
is that
2 parents, 2.5 kids, a dog, and a picket fence.
Right. But more specifically, it's a small group of people that include a husband, a wife, children, natural or adopted.
Okay.
That seems very basic.
Yes.
Right.
And so for that type of family, that's the one that everybody assumes is the best family structure to be in because it's a 2-parent household where you can learn from both parents. As long as both parents are giving you things that you need to know in life and not just ignoring you.
Right.
Because, there are 2-parent households where the kids are still not getting what they need.
Right. It's not a healthy environment.
Right. But in a healthy nuclear family where you have a 2-parent household where both parents are giving their own strengths to their kids and teaching their kids about their weaknesses so that they become strengths for their children.
Right.
That tends to be the healthiest one.
Right.
Now, some of the strengths of the nuclear family based on this article that we've gotten is that they're financially stable typically because in this type, both parents, and it actually says both parents usually work now because in this economy, both of y'all got to work these days.
Yeah.
In this economy.
Ain't nobody staying at the house.
Right. There's consistency because you have both parents. There's consistency throughout your day. You know what's going on. You know what breakfast, lunch, dinner. You know what's going to happen with you throughout your days. There's a structure, a calendar even about what's going to happen. Yeah. So you already know. Even though my kid acts like today, he said, "Oh, today is Friday," and I'm like, yeah, buddy, we just talked about yesterday being Thursday.
You know what?
Yeah, that's 2-parent.
Not too much on my buddy, because I can't keep up with day and times.
I wonder why it is.
Well, nights and days flip.
There's a focus on communication. That is a big deal in our family. I'm like, hey, I need you to use your words. Like the little one, a lot of whining these days. A lot of whining.
Leave
Apparently,
my baby alone.
I saw somebody say that their kid was in a phase of rules are just suggestions.
Yeah.
So you have to be the one to say, okay, this is not a suggestion. This is an actual rule with a boundary and a consequence.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happened to that little 4-year-old right now. Is a lot of, hey, get out the bed. And he looking at you, smiling at you. Wait, what? Did you hear what I said?
It's because of the way their brain chemistry is set up. I read an article about it. I'm not going to get into it, but it's the way their brain. It's also like when they tell you, well, I don't know if this is true now, but some eons ago when I was raising my children.
You're still raising a kid.
Well, the oldest one. I don't know if I'm really raising her. She's raising me.
Goodness. Anyway.
But it was perceived that not to say the word no because they didn't.
Oh, that was a thing before.
Right. That you say no and they hear yes. Seriously. We
it's
joke
like
about that.
But it's in their head. They're like, oh, you said no? Right. I'm going to challenge that.
Right. So it's a way that you're supposed to rephrase it.
You reframe the whole sentence so that they end up just doing what you want anyway. You say reverse psychology on the kids.
Right. Yeah. Manipulation. Let's just call it what it is. Quit trying to make it sound
because you the queen of manipulation.
You know what? Look, don't be listening to her. She be lying.
She be out here gentle parenting me, y'all. She be in this house, gentle parenting me, talking to me all, well, if that's what you would like, or do you want to do this or do you want, she give me choices. She gives me 2 choices of things and asks me to pick one. It's exactly what you do to children. Exactly what you do to children. People. Like, hey, this has to get done. Do you want the red cup or the blue cup? That's what she's doing to me.
No, I don't. Listen, this is what happens. I've said this many times on this podcast. AJ and my oldest have very similar personality types.
So she's admitting that she's treating me like her kid.
So they are very much like one person. And so what happens is I don't even know that I've slipped into like gentle parenting mode. And so when I have communications with her, when we're having a conversation and we're doing something, she'll say, just tell me what it is you want. Don't give me choices.
Don't give me them choices. Don't treat me like I'm 5.
And I say, I didn't even know I was doing it. And she's like, yes, you do. And I was like, no, I don't.
You're manipulating the mess out of me.
I don't even know I'm doing it.
Anyway, but she be manipulating me and gentle parenting me. So it works on adults too, guys.
Don't listen to her.
Because I like it.
Something you need to remember is, like, even when people gentle parenting, we use it out of context. Now, we think it's just, there's no chastisement, there's no,
right.
You know, and that's not what gentle parenting is.
Yeah, there's still consequences and boundaries.
There's still consequences,
and standards,
boundaries,
we talked about in my episode with the blacks, y'all.
That's
y'all
right.
Go watch it.
All of that still exists when you gentle parent. It's just the way you go about it. Your emotions come down when you are discussing things, when you're chastising them, all of that, you come on their level. You're not trying to intimidate them. It's so many things that go into gentle parenting. So I don't call it manipulation.
I think it was admission of guilt there. But anyway, okay, yes. Some weaknesses of the nuclear family. Yeah. So if you are not around your extended family, like if you don't live near grandparents and things like that, you end up being isolated.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit stressed because now all you have is the 2 of you and these kids. So when it's time to like, oh, I can't pick up the kids today, who's going to pick them up?
Right.
You don't have anybody for that.
Yeah, you have to make a lot of adjustments in your life.
Yes, you can. This is a good one. Nuclear families can become too child-focused, resulting in self-centered children and families neglecting other important things.
Oh, yeah.
So saying like, oh, little Timmy don't do well if we leave the house at a certain time. So we just can't do those things. Or like asking little Timmy all the time, do you want to do that? Oh, you don't want to.
He doesn't pressure.
He doesn't like that. He doesn't like to go to the restaurant, to the Mexican restaurant. And I'm like, what? But I want to go.
Right.
So this can't be just on Timmy. It's got to you have to take everybody's thoughts, feelings, and everything else into consideration when you're talking about a family.
Right. And you know what that also is a weakness is that what if you do create a village, as we discussed in the episode with the blacks, and then you have to put those rules and standards and all the things that you've put into little Timmy. You have to tell somebody else, oh, little Timmy does this, little Timmy does that. And it's so many rules.
Yeah.
You make it difficult for other people.
For anybody to want to keep them.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes it so hard. I recall, like with me and you, because I guess me and you would be considered a traditional or nuclear family. I remember when I was keeping Jackson, I would ask you all of these rules. You'd be like, girl, nothing. Just, he can't have this, and that's it.
Yeah, keep him alive.
Right.
Because you even called me because you were like, is he supposed to eat these strawberries whole?
Right.
Because he was like 18 months or something. And I said, yeah. So he'll bite it.
Right, see,
you ain't got to cut it up.
Right, but see, because I knew how I ran things in my household, and it was every man for himself. And he got figured out. But I also know that I'm taking care of somebody else's child. So I want to make sure that I'm taking care of their child according to the standards that they've already set up.
Right.
I'm very good about doing that. That's why I've kept a lot of children. And you wouldn't think I would because I don't really care for kids like that. But if I like you, I love your kids.
Well, I appreciate it.
And I do mean that. If I like you, I love your kids. Your kids gonna always come before you. Just so you know that. Not just you. Any of my friends. Pretty Ricky, if you watching, you know your daughter comes before.
It's just nice to know where I stand.
Yeah, it's nice to know.
It's good to know. Communication is key.
It's good to know.
It's key.
Yes.
Okay. Your next one, single parent.
Single parent. Ooh. Okay.
Why'd you make that face? Because you were a single parent.
I was.
It's a hard life sometimes.
It's a hard knock life for us. I don't know what you're talking about. I loved it. I loved every moment of it.
Not having to deal with somebody else?
Because I had too many control issues. I don't want nobody else trying to tell me what to do.
That's true.
I already know what I got.
Well, too bad on that, ain't it?
It worked great.
Too bad on that.
Too bad on it.
Got that man.
Okay, so single parent. It consists of one parent and his or her children. Such families can be the result of death of a parent, separation, divorce, or just a single parent adoption.
Oh, yeah. And I think even for that, like I know this is a little bit of a side note, but single parent adoption, I think you have to do even more work to prove that you can take care of a kid if you're doing it by yourself.
Which is crazy.
Because I guess they just assume like, why you want to do this on your own?
Right.
Like, are you going to be able to financially and mentally be able to give this kid everything they need when it's just you?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if everybody that decides they want to adopt a child on their own, usually because they don't have any children.
Yeah.
I think so. They just want to make sure that you understand how difficult it is to raise a kid by yourself.
Right. And I think anybody that has made the decision to be a single parent, we're talking about through adoption, guys, they have already weighed the pros and the cons.
Right.
And they have already looked at everything.
And thought about it a million times
before they decided to do it. Nobody would choose to do it if it's going to be difficult. Although, well, I take that back. Some people do choose to do it if it's going to be difficult.
But they believe they can do it.
They believe they can do it. They have a greater good that they're working towards. They have empathy in their heart, a lot of love to give.
A lot of love to give a kid that's not getting any right now.
That's not getting any. I think if a single parent household through adoption we're talking about is going to be beneficial, don't leave the kid in the system.
Yeah.
Don't leave them in the system. Give them to somebody, even if it's just going to be a single parent household. I mean, come on now.
Love from one parent is better than no love.
No love.
Yeah, and ended up coming out the system with nothing when you turn 18.
That's right. I have a lot of friends that I grew up with that were in 2-parent households, and I have some that were raised just about single parent household, and you really can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
In the outcome. Mm-hmm.
Some of them you think were raised in a 2-parent, and you're like, oh. You just stay with your mama? You just stay with your daddy? I didn't know.
I didn't know that. Or like for me, when I be out and they be like, who you got to call? Nobody.
Nobody. Anyway. I knew you were going to do that.
Had to get deep down and had to get that key to it. Anyway, single parent household.
So we got strengths and weaknesses of a single parent household. Okay. The strengths would be that the family members become very close.
Yeah,
you're very close because you just spend a lot more time together because you don't have to, you don't have to share them with another parent. When there's big things in their life, you're there. When there's little things in their life, you're there. When they're upset, you're there. Like you're there for all the moments that help build a relationship between you and your child.
Right.
And it's just you.
And there's also growing pains. If you had, if you had your children young, like I had my oldest young, you grow up with them, and they become. I think. It wasn't difficult for me to be able to draw the line between being a parent and being a friend. I'm always your parent.
Yeah.
I even tell
parent first.
Right. I tell my daughter now, even though she's my little friend.
She is your little friend.
She is my little friend now. And I was against that. I was like, she ain't gonna be my little friend. I'm gonna always be her mama ever, because I didn't want her to become too common with me. And I also, it can be a bad thing.
You don't forget I'm your mama.
Yeah. You got to be able to find a balance. And it was on me. I didn't necessarily know how to be able to find a balance. Mm-hmm. And quite honest, I really didn't know, like, I didn't know how to be a parent, really.
Right, because you were like 19.
Yeah, I was 19. I was young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And see, my mama draws her lines in the sand.
Right.
Okay, like, like if I'm joking with her and calling her by her first name,
you better
she say that's Miss Charlotte to you.
That's right.
Okay, like she's and she catch me saying anything like certain words that aren't curse words but aren't very nice words. She's like, and she'll give you the face like, what makes you think it's okay for you to say that in front of me just because you're 36
That's what I'm about to say. First of all, what gave you the audacity?
I don't
to say anything.
Now, if I do say something, I'll be like, I'm about to say it, Ma. Right. I'd be like, excuse me, but I'm about to say this because this is the best word I got for this situation. And she'd be like, oh.
See, it was never uncommon for me to say
whatever.
Cuss word. I don't think I called my mom and my dad mom and dad like many times. I called them by their names. And like
that would not fly.
Right. Even though my dad is my friend now, I call him dad in context when I'm talking to people so they understand who I'm talking about. But, we lovingly call him Pops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so sometimes when I say dad, I cringe. I'm like, and not because I don't love him. It's just
it's not
weird.
Something that you usually say.
Right. He's my buddy.
Yeah.
And so to me,
you are his little friend.
Right. We friends. We was on the phone yesterday for like an hour.
Just kikiing and
kikiing, talking about all kinds of stuff. And then when I tried to, he was talking about a topic that was funny and serious, and I was trying to be serious, and I had to put the phone on mute. I was giggling. And I said, this is not how you're supposed to deal with the conversation. Terrible.
Do better.
Terrible. Do better.
So other strengths of a single parent household, they learn household duties.
Yeah.
A lot faster than probably, because I was just talking to my therapist about how I wanted Jackson to wash his lunchbox out yesterday. Now, he's only done that a couple of times because he also doesn't know how to wash dishes.
Yeah.
But
Wait a minute.
He doesn't know how to wash dishes.
Why haven't you
But you know why? It's on me because I don't want to deal with how long it's going to take to teach him. Now, if I was in a single parent household, he probably would have learned this about 2 years ago.
Right.
Because what I'm not going to do is sit up here and do all the work all the time. But listen, I'm going to work on it. I'm going to start. I told her I'm going to start by having him wash like 3 dishes.
A good way to do that is to take like a foot basin. Like
I got a bucket. My mom bought the bucket.
What it's like a little plastic. You can get it from Dollar Tree or whatever. Get that and get some dishes. You can buy them from the Dollar Tree. Is what I would do. Just a couple dishes, a bowl and a spoon, fork, knife. That's it. Just buy it because that way, if he breaks it, if he scratches it,
I don't know. He got some plastic dishes he can fool.
No.
She want me to go buy stuff. She don't like to go to the store.
Well, the reason why is because you need to give him some kind of ceramic so that if he can understand the weight. You know what I mean? He can understand the weight and the sensitivity because you gotta create that mental thought of this is heavy, this is something that I gotta take care of. Because if it's plastic, he gonna be knocking it around. And then when he gets to your real dishes,
you want me to buy something that is breakable,
right? So that you can teach him how to do it.
So now she want me to spend money on something breakable so he can break it.
She gonna spend less than $5 and she gonna buy it from the Dollar Tree. And then if he accidentally breaks it, that's it. You want me to give you the $5? Matter of fact, when I go to the Dollar Tree, because I'm always in there.
She always in Dollar Tree.
Always in Dollar Tree.
Always at Dollar Tree.
But anyway.
So the point is like the household duty. So he does know how to do some things, but like I knew how to do a lot of things earlier than he did, even though I came from a 2-parent household because my parents said, hey, we doing these dishes. We doing this, we doing that. But so that's another thing, household duties. And then children and parents can become very resilient in a single parent household because you got to be.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah.
Like we got some struggles, we got some things, so we gotta learn how to take a lick and keep on ticking.
That's right. Don't even notice the licking.
Don't even notice it.
Don't even notice it.
Now, weaknesses. Families may have difficulty getting by on one income, of course.
Right.
And it can be difficult for single parents to work full time and still afford quality child care.
Right. You become latchkey kids.
Yes, and that's the biggest part of that whole thing is that you feel like you're not giving your kid enough because you got to go to work. Like you got to pay these bills, and the bills ain't getting no shorter. You know what I mean? Like they're not getting any smaller. They're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Right. But your pay is not increasing. So now you got to work full time plus maybe something else because it's just you having to pay these bills. But your kid has to go somewhere.
They have to go somewhere
because you got to work. Like you can't be a stay at home mom or stay at home dad because somebody got to make the bacon. You know, they got to bring home the bacon and cook it too.
They better cook it themselves. That's what's gonna happen. In a single parent
household duties. They gonna learn.
Yeah,
you gonna learn how to cook something for yourself.
For me, I grew up in a grandparent family, but for me raising my kid early on when I was a single parent, those are all of the things that I taught them. And even when I got married and I had a second kid, I still brought those same skills along, you know, cleaning, cooking, all the resiliency, all of those things kind of just
as you should
as translated over. And that's why I tell y'all my kids are super independent, and it was just out of like know-how. Okay, this is what each one of them need to know how to do, blah 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 blah. And it was
and I've honestly seen a lot of stuff lately. I saw one where I think it was an African lady. She was talking about her daughter. They moved to a new house, didn't have a washer and dryer, and they had to hand wash their clothes. Right. Now, did they have to? Probably not. They could have went to a laundromat, but she was like, we're just going to hand wash these clothes. That's what I know how to do.
That's right.
So she just assumed her daughter could do that at like 14 or 15 years old. She just assumed she knew how to hand wash clothes. And her daughter looked at her and was like,
nope.
And she said, "Ooh, that's my bad, because I thought you knew how to do it."
Right.
But I mean, you just assume but why? Because she's older, you assume that she knows how to do it, but she's never had to. You never taught her. So the thing is, like, kids literally come out as a blank slate. Like they know nothing. They are from scratch. They know zero. So if you ain't taught it to them and the world hasn't taught it to them, they don't know it.
That's right. You know something that they really need to bring back, and many people have said this. Home ec, life skill courses.
Ain't none of that in high school.
None of that. When I was in high school, we had home ec, and you could either go college prep route, or
I mean, they have a lot of stuff now. I don't know what they do now,
right. They have a lot of stuff now, but they need a financial literacy class. They need all of those things because it's important right now. But those were things that, you know, in my grandparent family, we weren't taught. And when in my single family, initially, you know, I didn't teach my kid those things. It wasn't until I got married again, and my husband was like, okay, these are the things that we need to, because again, I was in survival mode.
You still be trying to act like you are, but you ain't.
Yeah, no.
Living a soft life now. All right, number 3.
Very soft.
Extended family.
Okay, extended family. Yeah, I'm living very soft. Very, 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 very soft. I'm talking about so soft. I don't know nothing about it.
The pillow. Anyway, go ahead.
Extended families are families with 2 or more adults who are related through blood or marriage, usually along with children. This often includes aunts, uncles, cousins, and other relatives living under the same roof.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Keyword, under the same roof.
What's key about that?
Man, it's cute. Who would want to live with their aunts and uncles and cousins?
But listen.
So
culturally, a lot of other cultures like Indian, Asian, Hispanic, they will all be in they call it also a multi-generational family, but they all live in this house together. And this, you know, however big it is, it ain't got to be, everybody ain't got their own room. They all living in this house together. They all drive in the same vehicle together. And then they pay the money to pay off the house. They pay off the house, pay off the car. Maybe they either get another house where they all pay for it together. Right. And then everybody moves out eventually. Or they spend the money on businesses so that the business will eventually pay for the homes. Right. Or the businesses they think about it differently.
You know, to regenerate the wealth or regenerate the income.
Right. But most black folks, we have the mentality, like you just said, who want to live with their aunts and uncles? Because you're not raised with the idea that we are all supposed to think about ourselves as a family unit. Right. And then we're all individuals.
Right. And in Indian families,
and go fly.
Culturally that I've noticed, and as well as I'll just speak from Indian families because that's what I read the article on. It's in Asian families. It's not surprising for their sons and daughters to live with them, sons or daughters to live with them even after they get married. And then, of course, you know, because
now that's even more income.
Right.
Bring that man on.
Right. Even in Asian families, which again, this is through my own personal research. You can go look it up and do whatever for yourself. But stuff that I've looked into. Asian families, typically when the son gets married, the parents move into the home of him and his wife when they get married, and they have their own room. Sometimes they buy them their own houses, like next door. Yeah, and that's just typical behavior. I was saying earlier, before we started the podcast, I lived in two neighborhoods that were Hispanic neighborhoods. I was the only non-Hispanic living there. And I enjoyed every minute of it. Could I speak a lick of Spanish? No.
Hola.
Could they speak English? In the communities I lived in, they didn't. They just, but did we eat good? Yes.
Did we have a good time?
Did I feel safe? Did I help them out? Did they help me out? Did we have a sense of community? Yes. I had a sense of community. I even had my own, own village. Like I would babysit their kids. Nobody would babysit my kids, but that's not against that. That's just I won't let anybody babysit my kids, But I was talking about this earlier. One of the communities that I lived in, it was like 6 of them in one house, and all of them worked at the same place. And I remember talking to the guy that owned the house. Now, he did speak English. I remember talking to him, and he was like, well, we all live here. We all work at the same company. And so we all pitched in and we bought a van, and we all have the same schedule pretty much. But when we don't have the same schedule, he said there's one guy that we pay, and he drives us back and forth. That's all he does. He drives us back and forth, and he got other families that, we're connected with, and that's it. He's just a driver. Yeah. And I was like, God, that's such, and they all had goals. They all had a simple goal of buying a house, saving money, sending money back home to Mexico or wherever their family was. And they had all of these goals that they lived up to. And I lived in that house at that time, I want to say for 5 years. And when I started, it was 6 people that was living there. It without fail. Friday, they partied. Saturday, they partied. They barbecued, they grilled, they whatever. Wintertime, summertime, none of that even mattered. Sunday through Thursday, they went to work. And by the time, after the end of 5 years, the only person left in the house was the guy that owned the house. And I remember asking him, I was like, well, you know, where everybody at? He's like, everybody's reached the goals that they set. And I was like, anybody else come? He's like, no, we're going to sell this house. We going to, you know, I bought a bigger house. And then it was just like continual. And it was nothing new to him.
Mm-hmm. That's what they do. They think about their family and helping the whole family come up instead of it just being, well, I'm doing good. I don't know about you.
That's right. They're not selfish.
Yeah.
Not selfish or self-centered. They have a goal. They work towards it. Mm-hmm. It works for them.
Because even like I have some Filipino coworkers, and they send money back home.
Right.
Like they send money back home, take care of their families, their parents. They send their. I got one. He pays for his niece to go to college.
Right.
So like he sends money back for her to go because he doesn't have any children.
Right.
So he sends money for his nieces and nephews to do all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, dang, like that's not something that like I have experienced or even heard of anybody that I know doing.
Right. Yeah.
And even my I had a Vietnamese friend in high school. Like now, her parents, like when she moved, she was looking at houses for her parents to be able to live in the house with her. It was never a question that they wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. And I mean, I can get it if like, you know, your parents are awful, that you wouldn't want them to live with you. But like I said, those cultures are so different that from the start, your parents.
Right. No matter what type of parents they are, it's the respect that's already built in.
It's a respect.
Yeah. Now, I will say when I was growing up, I remember being younger and my family was a lot closer. Mm-hmm. You know, and I say my extended family, my aunts and uncles and all of those. And I say closer, it was really just one uncle I had other aunts and uncles, but it was one uncle that primarily did for all of his nieces and nephews and took care of all of us. He taught me how to read. I'm sure he taught my other cousins and even my siblings how to read. And we joined book clubs, like we learned how to write, cursive, all of those things. Like he was like the educator and he was a mental health counselor. And actually I got a cousin that followed in his footsteps.
Okay.
Shout out E. I'm saying no names because, you know, she might don't want to be on podcasts like that. I don't know. But
I just be saying
she's followed in his footsteps and she has the same heart as him as well, which I don't know how she does it. Maybe she need to be on some medicine too, because that's the only way I could think that she would continue to do that. But anyway, I had an uncle that was like that. He took care of, you know, all the nieces and nephew. And then my oldest brother had got my uncle's car, had his hand-me-down car. You know, it's like, I remember that when I was younger, but as we got older, it wasn't the same.
Right.
You know, it wasn't.
Because that was one person. It's hard to maintain that dynamic when it's just one person.
That's right.
Yep. But we already talked about all of these. But the strengths of extended families, respect and care for the elderly, like we just talked about.
Right.
More family around to help with chores, child care in case of emergencies, that sort of thing. And then social support.
Oh, yeah.
You got a whole lot of social support in the family where you got your aunts, uncles, and your mama, your daddy, and your niece. And like, it's a lot of support.
Yeah. It's a lot of support.
Your cousins. That kind of thing. But, okay, weaknesses. Financial issues can occur if parents are supporting several other adults and children without any extra income.
Yeah.
Now, that's not usually how it goes.
Yeah.
That's not usually how it goes in these families where they definitely look out to take care of everyone in the house and make sure everybody else makes it out.
Right.
So, now, you got some of these lazy folks where the folks are just living.
Right. Just living their life.
And multiple of your kids come to stay, and they just like, nah, ma, they come here eating up all the food, ain't even attempting to contribute. Not even some milk.
See, those
you can't even buy me a jug of milk.
Those be the ones who won't stay very long. They's in my household.
In your house, they wouldn't stay at all. You wouldn't even let them come back because you know.
Yeah.
you know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, so the next one.
Throw the birds
Childless family.
Throw the birds out the nest, see if they can fly. Okay.
Cool.
All right, childless family. These units include a couple with no children.
That's them, what they call dinks. Dual income, no kids. They out there living their life.
They out there living their life like it's golden. Living their life like it's golden. Golden.
But yeah, so a strength of those, they typically have more disposable income, of course, because they ain't buying diapers.
That's right. They ain't buying milk. They ain't tired. They taking trips.
Yeah, taking trips to do that. That disposable income is paying for other things. Right. No dependents to take care of. They have more freedom to travel, go on adventures, pursue different careers, or pursue education, because you're not thinking about, well, if I spend money on me trying to go get like a master's degree or something,
yeah,
I might not be able to take my kids
they might be
to
the
summer camp.
The fun uncles.
Funkles.
Yeah, they might be.
They might be. The couples get to spend more time together.
Yes.
And strengthen your relationship. Because now with children, you have to carve that time out very, very, very intentionally.
Yes.
For that
Everything
to occur.
has to be intentional.
It has to be really intentional. So weaknesses. Couples can feel isolated or left out when all their friends and family are having kids.
I mean, if you make a choice to do it, if you make a choice to be a dean.
To be child free, yeah.
To be child free, you ain't gonna care nothing about that. While you on the beach somewhere,
yeah,
they gonna be covered in vomit. You can be like, well, look like I need to get off
See
that
you later.
phone.
But I think for that part, it would be when, like, if I'm 22, like, let's say me and William got married, we were like, I was like 25 when we got married,
right?
And my friends weren't having kids yet, and I'm like, nah, we gonna stay child free, and I just don't think I want to have kids. But then my friends start having kids, and I'm like, I kind of feel like I might want that too. Yeah. Because you make that decision so early in life, and then you might want to change your mind, which is hard if you have a partner that y'all already decided together. But anyway, it's a whole nother topic. But, if you like kids, you can feel like something is missing. Stop. Infertility can force a family to be childless, which can be hard for couples.
Yeah, that can be hard.
Because
now, that is emotionally hard.
Everybody's having kids. Every time you look up, you get a baby shower invitation.
Yeah.
And somebody that you know don't even want their kids for real is having 12 kids, and you like, man, why
give
not
me yours?
Yeah, just let me have them.
Yeah,
let me have them.
Yeah, when it's not by choice, it can be extremely a mental burden.
Yeah, it can be. Okay, next one, step family. Or a blended family is what they would call that.
Okay, let me go. Ooh, a blended family. We are. You know, there's a couple on YouTube that's a blended family. Mm-hmm. It's the mom and the dad. They don't have any biological kids, and I don't know the name, but they're influencers or the content creators. And the dad
from in front of your mic.
That's right. The dad has 2 children. He has a daughter and a son, and the mom has a son.
Okay.
And they keep the kids all year round. Well, they keep the kids during school year, and then in the summertime, the kids go to the blended families, and it seems to work out really well. And all of the parents, they have great co-parenting relationship, and some of their videos popped up on the feed. But anyway, they have a very good blended families. Those are the kind of blended families that really work. You know, you think about I think some of the famous ones are like Russell Simmons and Kimora. They seem like they were getting along great for a few years, but then you know some things happen. But anyway,
it can be. I think it can be harder if you don't have rules established from the beginning. Right. So like me and William get married. He's got a daughter already. Yeah. He told me about. I knew about that girl the day. Right. We started actually having a conversation with each other.
Right, because he needs to make sure that if you're
that I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that you're okay with that.
Yeah. So I knew about that girl from day one, and I was like, okay, am I making the choice to continue with this, knowing that I might be responsible for somebody else's child? Right. So then when I decided I think sometimes people, they're like, well, that's his kid. Right. Okay. So like you don't have to do anything with it, but like if you're part of his life. If she's not good, I'm not good.
That's
like,
right.
Things are not okay if she's not okay, even though she's not my child.
Right.
So I don't understand the concept of getting with somebody that you know has children. Right. And then saying I'm not gonna fool with that other kid.
That's wild.
Like I don't understand that concept. Period.
If I'm with you and you decide, if I'm with you and you say, okay, I'm okay with it, and then eventually you're not, chuck the deuces. Right. Because my kid comes first.
Yes. Her mama was like, hey, listen, I need y'all to take her for a little bit.
Right. Great.
Okay. Let me get her room set up.
That's right.
Let me make sure it's not just a guest room that she comes and lives in sometimes.
That's
right. Now she stays here and I get some stuff that she likes.
That's right. She need to be a part of the family.
Right. My mama was like, what kind of sheet she want for the bed? She had her pick out the sheet she wanted on Amazon. My mama, not that.
And my kid had a built-in friend. They have similar personalities and their middle names are the same.
Huh. See? It just works out. Yeah. It works out well. So, you're right. They are. Yeah. So
I'm telling you.
But yeah, step families, it should actually be a blended family where all the children feel taken care of no matter who they're with. Right. Yeah. It shouldn't be I'm gonna go to the store, like, can I leave her here with you?
Right, yeah. Blended families and step families is where two families merge. That's
they merge for real.
That's all it is.
Okay, so strengths of the family. Children get the benefit of having 2 parents around. Children and their new siblings or step parents can form strong bonds. The benefit of having 2 incomes compared to single parent families, of course. Yeah. So that is so. Like I say, like me and her have a strong bond, right? Because you're supposed to.
You're supposed to.
If you decided when you got married that you were going to take care of somebody else's kid,
that's right.
You can't just leave them by the wayside.
No.
So there has to be a thing. So now she has multiple people that care about her, right? And it's not just her mom and dad.
And it's such a great setup to have. I mean, I know it's unconventional, but it's such a great setup to have sets and sets of grandparents and parents that love you and that pour into you, that genuinely want good for you, that nurture you. I mean, if you can get it, good.
Yes, because you always want more people to show your kids love.
Right, absolutely. You want your village to also have the same mind as you and the same heart as you.
Right.
Yeah.
Weaknesses of this family. Adjustment can be difficult for parents and children. Parents can run into problems trying to discipline each other's kids. May lack discipline or be inconsistent.
Right.
And that does come because I'm like, should I? Initially, I'm like, how far into this do I get? Like, am I allowed to tell her what she can and can't do?
Right.
I mean, eventually we all had discussions, but that's another thing. Communication is key.
Go check out our communication episode.
We did have a communication episode. Go
look
at it. But yeah, so having adjusting to, okay, is this kid gonna like them?
Right.
Like, is my kid going to like this new person that I bring into my life?
That's right.
Because if they don't,
right, it
depends on why you don't like them.
Right.
Now, is it because you just feel like something off about them? Okay, they gotta go. Is it just because you don't want mama to have fun? You want mama to just be here for you?
You don't want mama to have fun.
You don't want mama to have no fun? You want nobody to like your mama? No, that's not gonna work for me. If you don't have a valid reason besides you just want to be to yourself, that's not gonna work. But anyway.
Right, but you do have to take the child's thoughts into consideration.
Yes. All right, last one. Grandparent family. Can't talk, y'all.
A grandparent family is when one or more grandparents is raising the grandchild or grandchildren.
That's got to be hard on some folks. Because, like, I can't imagine, like, if in my will, I will not put my parents to get my children if something happens to me.
Yeah.
Because although I know they would love to be with them, that's rude. That's rude for me to give them my 5-year-old to take care of until he turns 8 when he graduates into 2039.
Yeah,
like that's just rude. That's rude. My parents they're 70 years old. Like that's just not okay. I'm not going to do that to them. So I imagine people having to raise their grandchildren. Like it's hard.
It is difficult,
especially if you're older when these grandchildren come along. Now a young grandma that's like 40, not you. No, it's not gonna be you, okay?
Oh, I ain't worried about me. I'm just talking about
those people.
Just go ahead and put that out here. I ain't worried about me. Them her kids, if she have kids, them ain't got nothing to do with me.
Wait, no. What you say? I don't care nothing about it.
I don't care nothing about it. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But and people say when you have your grandkids,
you'll feel differently.
I might feel differently.
But right now,
it ain't got nothing to do with me.
She say that, y'all.
I'm telling you, ain't got nothing to do with me. Till I grow up and become a full adult.
She'll watch my kids. I know she's gonna watch that one.
No, I'm not. Let me tell you something. Till I become a full.
I hope you listening, baby.
Till I become an adult, she already know. She already know. Every time I have a dream, it's not became so commonplace. She'll be like, Now, did the dream have something to do with me or was it somebody else? It was somebody else. Okay, mama.
Just make a show, cause I'm good over here.
Yeah, I'm good over here. I just need to see how I'm gonna process the information you give me. Whether she's gonna be open or whether she's gonna be like, she probably all the time.
Yes, because I would be too.
Yeah.
So strengths of grandparent families. Grandparents and grandchildren form a close bond, and it keeps children from ending up in foster care homes or other situations.
Yeah.
While I say, if I had to, I'd rather my kids be with my parents than be in the system.
Yeah.
Po-parents. Sorry, mama, daddy. But they would also love to be with these kids on a regular basis. But still, it just seems like a lot when to go from my mama buying them big old bags from Barnes and Noble. Can't do that when they live with you on a regular basis.
See, I was raised in a grandparent household.
Yeah. But it wasn't a typical grandparent family. But it's okay.
It wasn't a typical grandparent family. Now my oldest brother, he was spoiled and he knows he was spoiled. We talk about this all the time.
That Rico?
Why you call my brother's name out like that?
Hey Rico.
Rico, you were spoiled. He knows he's spoiled. We talk about this. He was the favorite anyway. And so we didn't get that same treatment.
Don't talk too hard about his grandma then.
He might slap me in the mouth. Not too much on grandma because he might slap me in the mouth again. Homie would drive up from Augusta just to slap me in the mouth. But he was the favorite. And so we didn't necessarily get that. But also we were delinquent. So it's a little bit.
Y'all, she was just telling me this whole story about her being in alternative school. Delinquent.
Why you telling people I was in alternative school?
Y'all gonna find out eventually.
You're right. I ain't ashamed of it. I was in alternative school. I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
I didn't stay in high school very long. I was in alternative school. Then I got kicked out of alternative school. It was a whole thing. Delinquent. But nevertheless, I was raised in a grandparent household. My grandmother, when I was born, my grandmother was 70 years old. And it wasn't ideal, but she did keep us out of the system for as long as she could. But of course, she was older and she was fragile. And I mentioned this in a previous episode that my older brother and I have an older cousin that had to step in. And not just that older cousin. I mentioned her, but there were all of my cousins. All of my cousins are older. My cousin Eve, Vivian, my cousin Sonia, who's Vivian's sister. All of them
stepped in.
They did my hair, all of that. All of them stepped in and did those things. You know, I was their shadow everywhere they went. Like my oldest brother, he was my idol. Like I just wanted to do everything he was because he seemed so cool. Before, like you know how everybody made T-shirts and stuff now? Back then they used to iron them on. You know, they had the Bart Simpsons. Yeah. They had the all of the different stuff that they would do in the house. They had their duck head shorts. They had they K-Swisses, everything.
I used to have me some K-Swiss.
Yeah.
That was what I got before school started, my fresh K-Swiss shoes.
Right. So in my grandparent household, even though like she was there to keep us from being able to go into the systems. But like I said, eventually other people had to step in and do it because she was the only one. My grandfather
older,
had long dead and gone, and she was my maternal grandmother. So, you know, my paternal grandfather and grandmother, they were long dead too. So she did it by herself. So they were all gone.
Long dead.
In the ground.
Long dead. But yeah.
So the grandparent household, it's not ideal, but there are so many people that are raised by their grandparents. And I will say
they turn out great.
They turn out great. Some of my friends, my friend Bree, my best friend growing up, Bree, she was in a household with her mom and her stepdad. But her grandmother, her great-grandmother actually, her great-grandmother and her grandfather, they helped raise all of their grandkids. Ooh. All of them, the Raglins, all of them. And there was so many times where I stayed over at her house and I was always fed, I was always bathed, my hair was always done. One of the aunts did my hair, somebody always gave me clothes, I was always taken care of, and I've never felt even safe. Like her aunts, I call them my aunts, her uncles, Uncle Skeetu. I mean, I'm telling you, all of them. It's just, they live right around the block from me. And so their grandparents became my parents as well. And so it's just, I don't know, I seen positive influence from so even though it wasn't even though it wasn't necessarily ideal in my household, I seen positive, you know, representation. And so I was like, oh, it can be done.
Yeah, like my parents do a great job raising my kids. Right. I just wouldn't want them to have to.
Right.
Because that's just, I mean, like I said, I mean, the kid still has, I mean, Jaden still has like 12 years before he graduates. They'll be 82 years old. I wouldn't want them to have to do that.
Right. Well, I imagine if you die and I'm still alive. If she dies and I'm still alive, man, I'm gonna help your mama out. You know, I'm gonna help them out.
Yeah,
that ain't no problem. My kids would love to have your kids at the house. They would love them.
True.
Your kids just fit right in. So it would be
jumping off banisters and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, but listen, weaknesses of the grandparent families. Grandparents may not work or have full-time jobs and may struggle with income. They can't be on no Social Security income trying to pay for, you know, school. And if they want to play football, they want to do all these sports. Like Jackson got a lot of things that he like to do. He's going to have to cut all that out. Yeah. Well, not my parents. Anyway. Yeah. They'll make sure. Happen. Yeah. My daddy keeps talking about retiring. He just might not. Depending on their health, it may be difficult for them to keep up with young children or discipline them as they get older. Right. So that's one thing about grandparents raising your kids. And even like older parents having kids sometimes, like if you have a kid real old, like you just, especially if they kind of end up being that extra kid, you'd be like, I'm a little tired now.
That's why I'm a little tired. That's why you get them brothers and sisters that pop them in the mouth when they act up.
Yep. Pow.
Pow.
But yeah, their health can be an issue where those kids tend to be raising themselves. But again, at least they are not in the system.
Right.
And they still have somebody that they know loves them. They just have to grow up a little bit faster too.
Yeah, they do.
To help take care of the grandparent, take care of the household and things like that.
But I, you know, even with me growing up, I didn't see it as a burden. It wasn't until I got older. And I still didn't see it as a burden, but it wasn't until I got older where I was like, I realized that it may have been an issue or may have left like some I don't want to say psychological trauma, but, and I say that in the sense that it became where I didn't want to help anybody. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to be the person that did everything for everybody anymore. And, you know, yes, I had empathy for people's situations, but it was like, no, I don't want to help you out. No, I don't want to be your caregiver. No, I don't want to take care of you, because it was like, I felt like I had already lived the life of an adult. You had done all that. Yeah, I had already helped take care. I had already done, and even if I only done a little bit of it, it was just like, I'm 10 years old. I don't be wanting to cook you an egg while I'm cooking me an egg. Just trying to survive.
Just trying to live.
Just trying to live.
Yeah, I get that.
Or toasting her sink of coffee.
But yeah, okay. That's all of them.
That's right. That's the 6 of them. Okay, so the 10 total of the types of families, to wrap this up, are extended, procreation, nuclear, complex, step, single parent, foster, childless, adopted, and traditional. Mm-hmm. And then the 6 that we discussed today as the main types are nuclear family, single parent, extended family, childless family, step family, and grandparent family. If you want to know some details about the other ones, let us know, and we may do another episode on the
She would love to do another episode about all this.
I love talking about psychological things. I don't know why you don't.
I mean, I didn't say I don't. It's just not on my. It's not on my radar to think about. I
just find the brain and the mind and how things work and come together.
It is fascinating.
So fascinating.
Your brain is a weird place.
It is, but also my brain or just people's brains in general. Okay, I just want to make clear because my brain is.
Your brain is a weird place.
It is a weird place, but I also think that if there's resources to be able to know more things.
But that's what it is about your brain. You want to know all the things all the time.
All the things all the time. I'm going to be ready for the end of the world. I'm going to be inside somebody's head.
Okay, we're going to wrap this up right there. We're just going to cut you. That's it. Thank y'all for watching this episode. Like, share, subscribe, comment.
That's right.
And tell us about your family. What family dynamic or what family structure did you grow up in?
That's right.
Bye, y'all.